Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better, I Swear podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Mike with the mic.
What's going on? What is going on?
Chilling, chilling, Mark. Well, actually, not chilling. Our commander in chief has made our figures more expensive.
Shit, figures, video games,
What's
everything.
going on with this? What's going
It's
on with this guy? Come
it's
on,
gonna
man.
be the problem. Everything is made outside of here. Everything, everything good is made outside of here.
Hasbro about to go up in flames.
Yep,
Big Bad Toy Store, like, listen, man, I'm sorry. Give us more money.
yep. That's what's
Did you
gonna
hear
happen.
from Broski? What he say? He say
Yeah,
anything different?
that's
I saw the thing
happening.
you posted about the guy that what he said. Which
Jeremy
company was he from?
Pradal,
Jazz
yeah,
Williams.
yeah. Jeremy Pradal.
Yeah.
He posted up because they're trying to make toys tariff free and stuff. So there's a petition for that, but it's gonna be a shit show. And then again, for collectors like me, like I kind of stopped. I haven't really bought anything for about since I moved, so I because I have nowhere to put it, so I haven't really been buying anything. But
Hmm.
it gets me not really wanting to. It gets me honestly more likely to be like, you know what? I'll just buy my time. I'll keep what I want and sell the rest because I don't it kind of makes it distasteful to collect like that. And I'm like, God damn, if it's gonna be like 70 to $80 a figure, like it's not worth it. I might as well go for those freaking hot toys if it's gonna go that high.
I mean,
But even those are gonna go up.
yes.
Yeah. So those are
What about
$300 figures. Imagine the tariff is gonna be on that.
what about the
And the video games too.
the
Switch
Switch
too.
the Switch pre-orders? You heard about that?
They
The
delayed it.
Mario version. People
Yeah.
were saying they saw prices for $700.
It might be around there.
What?
I'm not getting Nintendo until
What?
shit goes down. Yeah.
What? Come on, man. What?
So again, I think the prices originally were set just in case. So 450 and 400 was the original set. If you go to the Japan site, their original prices for the Japanese Switch and things like that were I think 350 to $400. So that was the original plan, just in case everything happened. But the fact that they showed the percentage now and things like that, yeah, it's gonna go up about $100, even $200. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's gonna affect Nintendo, and it's gonna affect people. Still gonna buy it because Nintendo's Nintendo, and people still will follow way to dish out for entertainment. But I'm not one of them. I will wait until it's on its third leg, a third generation, and honestly, like even with the Switch, I preferred the Lite over the original console. Like I got the Switch Lite, and I prefer that more than the newer the actual console, just because I like the control built inside. They didn't have issues with the drift, so and it was small enough to I could just easily. It was light. It was easy to carry and things like that. And I never really played on the TV, so I didn't really care.
They have a online service that lets you play the games remotely, or they did not have that
For what?
for the Switch,
Um,
or did everything just run on it natively?
so, well, their console games, yeah, if you buy it digitally or you have the cartridge, it works. The old games there, you had to have the online service in order to play them, but they're on there. Like you could just
Okay,
play.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
You had to have the deluxe edition to get the N64, Sega Genesis, the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy, and the GameCube games.
I
And
know that
then the
they're
regular
still
service.
adding.
Yeah, and they still adding stuff. And then
Yeah,
I think they just added Streets of Rage like this week.
yeah. Streets of Rage 1.
Yeah. And then if you have the basic online plan, you get the Super Nintendo NES and Super Nintendo NES. Yeah, and those two you get for free. I think there's more than that. I can't think of it right now.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But GameCube is coming, so that'll be in the next time, and that's gonna be when Switch 2 launches. Um, They haven't mentioned about the pre-orders. I'm not really interested. I'll wait until like something like Mario Kart actually excites me because the what kind of game it is. It looks like it's gonna be like Mario Kart Forza Horizon, and I'm fine with that. But it doesn't. It's not a system seller for me. I'll wait
Is it
until.
does it $80 excite you?
No, it doesn't either. So that's why, like, if I would have went for the console, if I would have like been interested in the console, I would have went with the one that comes with Mario Kart, just because it's like $50 instead of $80, because you're only paying $50 for the game. It's for like at
You
the
know,
time it was 450. Now like, we don't know what the fuck the price is.
can I just point out the uh the people who post those old uh flyers,
Yeah,
right, from Toys R Us and such. The people who say, um, damn, we going back, that's fine. But there are people saying, look, games have always been expensive. And then I go, no, they haven't, because there's always been a competitive price to even within the same system.
yeah,
Because when you look at N64, there were games that were 70, 80, like No Mercy.
yeah,
And then there were games that were like 40.
yeah,
You know what I mean? There was competitive pricing on the same console. I go, also, these people are busy saying, "Oh, look, games are expensive," and then I go, "Not on PlayStation. What are you talking about?
yeah.
PlayStation game brand new was $40. What are you talking about?"
I think
So
yeah,
there's a lot of selective memory going on with people with that because they always pick N64. They
yeah,
always show that. And I'm like, yeah, because they went to $70 and then some of the games had the cartridge into the thing inside. Remember Perfect Dark was one
yeah,
of the games you had to buy to get the cart.
yeah. The RAM card I think was called.
So there's more than one game that came like that. So it always bothers me that people kind of talk out of their ass to prove the point, but they don't show the entire picture.
Yeah. And it's also the developer like they had you had like other developers like their games were always within a price range, and then you had Nintendo games that were a little pricier and stuff like that. But it depends on the game itself, because even Super Nintendo had like 70 buck games. I remember Star Fox when it first came out; it was like $69 or something like that.
Yeah, Final Fantasy I think was one of those games that was like either $69 or more than that.
But if you go by the technology at the time, because I think Star Fox was the first one with the FR chip, which that's why it was a higher print thing, because you're
But
buying they were charging extra for the chip that's inside
but do you
your
want
game.
the kicker?
What?
Once again, selective history. They
Yeah,
don't show the prices of the competitor. They never show you the Genesis prices.
yeah, yeah.
I had a Sega Genesis growing
I
up.
was a
Guess what?
Sega Genesis person too. I did not
Yeah.
have Super Nintendo until I was grown up.
And guess what? The games weren't the same price. They weren't $70. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had any games.
Yeah, I think the most I spent on a game was maybe $50.
So again, it's very selective
Yeah,
with these people. And also, Game Boy was out at the same time, and Game Boy is obviously cheaper, but just proving the point that there was not just one conglomerate, and this is all we had to do was line up like children on the line for porridge. Yes, Nintendo, may I have another game?
and
It's
the
like that's not how it was, and we didn't have to just like it.
yeah, and
There
then
were there were competitors,
I will
and
say
there's still competitors.
there's a big thing that we had though that they don't have now, or they rarely have it, is we have rentals. We was able to
Yeah,
rent games,
yes,
and like
that is
that was a
that is
big way of me not buying games, is I was able to rent it.
that is partially why I didn't have a a PlayStation.
Yeah,
So I well, not say never. I bought my own, but I did not have one until the PS1 came out,
yeah,
and that was the same day as the PS2, and I didn't have the money to get it, so I bought the other one.
yeah,
But you realize that's a long time,
yeah,
and I had N64 as a present, so I would just rent PlayStation games and
yeah,
64 games because they were expensive.
yeah,
But like it's just weird to go. There was only one way to consume this. It was no, there was more than one way for a long time,
yeah.
a very long time. And I think now it's an actual problem, and people need to get their heads out of their asses.
Yeah, it's true. Like shit like GameFly now, like you could look at that as an option to rent some games and things like that. Um,
It still
game,
works, yeah.
yeah,
It still works.
Game Pass, the Game Pass now, like that's a good bargain for your buck now because if you look at the pricing of games that are gonna go up and whatnot, having that pass and having the exclusives
They don't.
on
They're not
there,
gonna have one, are they?
um, of what?
Nintendo's not gonna have a Game Pass, are they?
Not that I know of, but I there's a lot of rumors that Xbox is working with Nintendo to do something. So and Nintendo and Xbox is showing their colors with wanting to put Xbox on everything. Seeing that Samsung TV that just got debuted, that's gonna have built-in Xbox in it. So they're really trying to go into that whole Xbox on everything thing. You seeing that the PlayStation games, the Xbox games going on PlayStation as well, and there's rumors that those games are also going on Switch too. So there's a lot of things in that category that you could do it. But again, like when we were younger and with a lot of those games and stuff like that, especially like my mom was gonna buy me games every fucking month and things like that. Renting was the easiest access to a lot of those games. I know for a fact I would have not played the amount of games I played if I was not able to rent shit. So
Hmm.
that's a big that's a big market that we don't have anymore. And honestly, yo, if someone's smart enough and able to provide rental access to video games and have a way that guarantee you getting the game back and shit, because that's the other thing that I always had issues with rentals is thievery and people not returning things. But other than that, I think that could be a great thing if someone did a business right of renting games again, because that's a market there now. Because especially if things are going up like this, there's a market there. If you get a couple of copies and have them rotate and shit, who knows? I think there's
This
a
is.
yeah,
I mean, I think there are mom and pop stores, but that's very few and far between. But like you said, there's still GameFly still exists. It's just it's on them to choose whether or not they're gonna spend the marketing money
yeah,
to get out there to remind people,
yeah,
because I they don't really sponsor that many shows, but I do hear some shows go, yo, yeah, you know, do the ad read for GameFly.
yeah,
So I think they should just hop on the bandwagon and start sponsoring more shows and whatnot. Because yeah, it looks like it's about that time.
yeah. And again, like there's another options with the like now that the PlayStation does it as well, the PlayStation Premium package, the Xbox Game Pass. There's ways of getting games without having to dish out for a brand new game, even though they may have dated games. But know for a fact, you're not gonna go through that whole library in 1 month. You're gonna like I honestly barely went through that library. I probably played like 3 or 4 games off that library because there's so many things going on there that maybe pique your interest or don't pique your interest. But nowadays you're gonna have to find ways to save money on games, and that's again it's not gonna go cheaper. And then honestly, once one company see that people are willing to buy it, they're just gonna keep it that way. They're not gonna go lower unless they need to sell things, and that's Black Friday sales and things like that. And now you're gonna have a lot of people going to be that patient person now and wait for those damn sales. I've been doing that more and more lately and just wait for sales and try to finish the games I have and wait for sales.
Also, the the I won't say droves, but a lot of people were driven to PC because of PS5,
Yeah.
and so thankfully there's that because this shit don't bother me.
Yeah.
I still don't pay $70 for games anyway.
Yeah.
It's very rare, and it's people, it's companies you could point out and call them assholes, and Square Enix, you're one of them.
Yeah.
They're one of the few companies that charges full price on PC.
Yeah.
They really do. It's a damn shame.
Yeah.
But like everybody else is still like $10 off. So when it went up to 70, it just went up to 60. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, and then there's still a lot of things like Kazan that just came out. That
Yeah.
was I think I still got that for like 50.
I think it was a $50 game.
No, it wasn't. It was 60. It was. 60 for base,
Okay. Yeah,
and
it's
then
50.
70 for the special one.
Yeah, it's
But
60.
so, yep. Again, there's ways around it. It's just I wonder if people are paying attention or are they just gonna do the same thing and buy it and complain.
They're gonna buy and complain. That's exactly what's gonna happen. People are gonna buy it. They're gonna complain. And the thing is, like, you don't know what everything you're gonna get with Mario Kart in general, and that Mario Kart being an $80 game. You don't know what's gonna come if it comes with season one pass, or is even gonna get a pass, or gonna give you any DLC, or they're gonna charge you. Because again, Mario Kart 8 was out for over almost 15 years, and they still charge you for the DLC.
The only thing I wonder is they have to make sure their net stuff is on point when it comes out
Yeah,
because the online for a lot of those games are hit and miss,
yeah,
and that in particular is online focused.
yeah.
Like don't even try to play Smash Brothers online.
Oh yeah, it's
People still just upset. So what I'm saying is they got some things they need to work out
yeah, yeah,
if
and
they're gonna be
hopefully they
charging
did.
all this money.
Yeah, hopefully they did.
I mean, it does look cool, but again, half those things I'm not gonna use. They try to make a big deal of that voice thing
Yeah,
and talking like I'm probably never gonna use that
same here.
if I had it. Um, I like that the C button does stuff. That's cool. They brought back the C button.
It's
All
communication.
right, there you go. Um, like I don't really have anything positive or negative to say. I just because for me it's always just about what game is gonna be on the system.
Yeah,
That's all I'm really waiting for. I mean, I will say that having a place to legally and easily play GameCube games. Hopefully they don't botch the lineup and just put everything out.
yeah. They'll do it
I
like what they
mean, I
did
mean,
with the other ones.
I
They'll
mean
come out
over time.
monthly. Yeah,
Over time, I understand, but eventually, like put everything out. Because if I'm being honest, that's probably one of the systems where I had it early, right? I got a game. Well, GameCube was mad cheap when it came out too.
yeah,
But also, it's just that was PS2 was beating everybody's ass at that point. And if you weren't playing PS2, you were playing Xbox pretty much, right? So the library I had was super concentrated on the GameCube, and there's a lot of stuff I never touched. So that's the only reason I would like look into it because I know there's maybe like a good 50 games that I've always wanted to try that I
yeah,
just was like, why bother?
yeah.
You know what
And
I mean?
then some of the titles are not gonna
Like I
make
want
it
to play
there.
Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. Come on, man. That
That
never
could
came out on
that
anything, I don't
that
think.
actually could possibly be on there because it's a Sega game, right?
Mhm.
That could be a possibility. I'm hoping the Yakuza Zero the director's cut comes out on PS5 though.
I didn't see anything that said it was not platform exclusive though. Like it didn't have the logos for everything else.
I'm
Like
I think like they're acting like it is just because Switch 2 hasn't come out yet, and I feel like it's all gonna I feel like it's gonna come out later on, but I feel like they're just showing it because it's Switch 2
let's hope.
thing.
Let's
But
hope.
I hope because I will definitely get that. They'll sucker me and I'll line up buying Zero again and play Zero again. But hopefully they changed they updated everything. But who knows? Other than that, like again, there's nothing really there that's like I need to buy the system for that. And until I see like the new 3D Mario game or like the first Mario game that comes out for that console, that'll be probably the time that like all right, I gotta get that or Zelda.
I'm interested in the performance mode for the last generation though,
Yeah,
because uh The Legend of Zelda has me intrigued in how it's gonna benefit from it.
yeah. So we'll see.
Because cause I have that one, the second one rather. I don't have Breath of the Wild. I have the Tears of the Kingdom,
Yeah,
and yeah, you could stand to make it run at 60 consistently. Because there were times when it did run really well, but it was just like clearly this game is running at 30 or sub 30.
Yeah.
So that would be nice to see something like that.
Yeah. That makes sense. But we'll see. It's only 2 months. What, May, June? There you go.
Yes.
So we'll see when they actually do the pre-orders too, and see
Two
how much it
months.
affects there.
2 months. I
Uh,
think it ends the pause on the tariffs. I think ends like the month after. So if it's 2 months from now, I think it ends the month after.
yeah.
So maybe the initial sales will probably be good because it won't have that.
Hopefully, we'll see. Because they haven't announced the pre-order yet. So.
But if it's plastic from China, oh boy.
Yep. It's gonna go
Oh
high.
boy.
So.
Glad I got my Agent Venom now. But again, I ordered it a long time ago. That's
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yep. Yep. Um. What else we got? We did Biker Mice from Mars, episode 3.
I watched episode 4.
This was the two-parter.
I did see
Two.
3.
Yeah.
Oh, because I saw it. I saw the other half. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
right.
So
I did
yeah,
see it. All right. I just don't remember it.
it's a tunnel rat, and he got mad when they told him a mouse. He was like, "Why no mouse?" They
I
both
know it
really
has
offended.
the two bad guys that look like they're parodies of. I don't know if you remember them. The fat twins on the mopeds,
Yeah.
because they're fat aliens that drive dune buggies.
Yeah.
Like and they're like twins. Well, they're not really twins, but that was the thing.
Yeah.
And they stink.
Yep.
The whole episode is about everybody stinking.
Yep.
Because those the two fat aliens. Oh no, well they are. I just realized those are his. They're from the main bad guy's race, the fish people,
Yeah.
and they love stinky cheese and
Yeah.
stinky food.
Yeah. That was the fourth episode. Yeah. It was we don't need a no stinking city. That was the
Okay,
episode's
so
name.
that's the one I saw. Yeah, yeah.
Because the third
The
episode
other
was the
one. Yeah.
continuation of the other one with Tunnel Rat,
Hmm.
and then
Hmm.
they had Charlie. They did different things with Charlie and stuff like that. It was fucking stupid. Um, and then that was like the continuation. And then I did watch this. I think I watched up to the fifth episode already. But yeah, this is silly. Again, very 90s humor. I'm enjoying it, but
You have a bike that drills through the earth.
yep.
That's insane.
Do you want to keep on continuing? Do you have one more?
Yeah, so you can try.
All
You can
right.
try one more.
So we'll be going to episode 5, which is a mouse and his motorcycle.
Like Kevin Nash driving the motorcycle.
Yeah, but I've been digging it. It's been fun. Um, so we are continuing this. Uh, I've been on Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm close to finishing it. I'm now going more into the main game stuff, and I've been going through the assassinations. My biggest complaint is like it's very repetitive. There's a lot of the same stuff over and over again. Um, Ubisoft, stop with the viewpoints. It's a lot. There's like over 100 of them. Chill out with that, because it makes it really annoying to have to unlock every single one of them in the same sequence all the time. But the gameplay itself, I'm enjoying, and the storylines so far has been pretty solid. So I'm digging it. Went more into Yasuke is more the side of the Templar, so basically he has a Templar storyline that kind of leaks him to it, and he's not a Templar, but he was captured by one, and that's who like had his family and shit, and then he got bought out to the samurai that kind of taught him everything and shit like that. So he has an interesting story, and Naue I'm actually really enjoying her character so far, so it's been good.
So would you say that it is the main issue is the Assassin's Creed fatigue?
Yes,
is setting in.
Yeah, because
That's the
it's the
main.
same shit over and over again.
Yeah, that's.
It's a
They
beautiful
just don't.
game. It's a
They don't
beautiful
know.
game.
They don't know how to make a smaller game. I swear they
Yeah.
don't. Because it's just too much stuff.
Yeah, like we don't need like there's a limit of numbers of things that you could find. Like keep it at 20. Don't go 60 this, 80 that, 105, 125 of these. Don't do that. It's too much and it just becomes repetitive and this is why people get fatigued of your games. Um I'll say go less with that and go more into the story. Go more into story with the side missions. Go more into story with just how you have a whole camp that you build. There could have been more with that. And that's like my only big gripe. Like you have these items that are in the game that could have just been more, and you did not do that. You just added shit to fucking find, and there was so much shit to find. I'm getting to the point that I'm getting like towards the ending. I'm finding the legendary animals that you gotta paint and stuff. So those are cool, but there's only 5 of them. But
Mhm.
everything else is like fucking hundreds of them that you gotta find and whatnot. So it's annoying opening the map. You should have one viewpoint in each corner and fucking make it like 20 max, and then have the whole map open and then go from there because it gets to a point that it gets too much and it just again you get the Assassin's Creed fatigue. You get Ubisoft fatigue because all the games are like that. Because Star Wars Outlaw
True.
plays just like this too.
Far Cry has a zillion and one things on the map too.
Yep. It's their how is their like format and like you
The
guys
only
had
game that's
changed it.
different is the Division. I said
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I wouldn't be surprised, and that's not because that's made for online wise and stuff like that. But if you go to Ghost Recon, it's the same shit.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. So I will say yes, the Assassin's Creed fatigue is real with this because it gets to a point that you're just doing the same shit over and over again. I just want to finish it because I'm actually getting interested in the story and I wish there was more in depth with that. I wish there was more into the side characters being like having a full relationship. You can add certain characters that storylines work really well with, and some of them are just very generic. So I just wish they did more with that side. Other than that, like it's a good game. It's just extremely repetitive when it comes to everything else.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm on an 8 with the game itself. Like it's a beautiful game. Gameplay works really well. I like Yasuke as a character. I like not no, not Naui as a character as well. And I think they're strong characters. I think their team up and their just when they have disagreements and stuff like that, and they actually talk and actually explain it. Those are actually good parts of the storyline. I wish there was more of those. I wish they had more of a back and forth say with certain things, and they did not. Which they leave things that you could have easily done just a different reaction to it to make more story, and they just didn't do it. I think they had a lot there that they could have really embraced into it, especially because the Bushido and the Ninja Code is a little different, and how their mindset to it is a lot different. But there's some things that are a lot the same, and I wish they explored that more than they did in this game. Because again, they do good things with certain characters, but there's a lot of things that just repeat. So, but I'm
Okay.
almost done. I should be I almost have the platinum too. So I will not play this game after this. I'll be done after this game.
Makes sense. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
but I don't know what
They
to
did
play
that.
next.
What about Kazan? Did you play the demo?
I might look at it. I might look at it. They don't have the demo on PS5.
What?
No, there's no demo
Damn.
on PS5. I was looking for it. They didn't have it.
Is that a
Um,
Xbox exclusive?
no, it's on PS5.
Slash. No, no, no. I
Oh,
mean the
the demo.
demo.
Probably. Let
Huh.
me see.
Because I think they have a commercial for it. The Xbox specifically has a commercial for Kazan.
Yeah. No, it's not on there
Wow.
for a
That's
demo.
crazy.
And I have the premium thing. Like usually they give you exclusive demos as well.
Hmm.
Actually, let me see on there because I didn't look at that. RoboCop is the free game on PS5. I already
Oh,
have it. I finished it. It's fun. It's a fun game.
yeah, it's a fun game.
It's the free one this month. Let's see. Let's see. Give me that option. Game categories. There we go. No, they don't have it on here.
Okay.
But I'm looking at. I'll definitely probably check it out though, because I would need something to play eventually.
That is something I did not know. Okay. Other than that, for me, I just messed with the new monster, two new monsters that they put. Well, one, because the other one is the one that you fight at the end of the game in Monster Hunter
Yeah.
with the last update that came out last week. So that's about all I have played is Monster Hunter. I did put a video up today.
Cool.
On the YouTube, so check that out.
I'll share it. Yep.
It is the new monster, so
Nice.
but it has been in other games. So
I tried this game called Nico de Rico, in the
what's
Magic
up?
World. From the creators, some of the people that did Donkey Kong Country, Frozen, something Frost. I forgot the name of it. Winter Freeze or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They helped develop that game. They developed this game, and it plays just like Donkey Kong Country, but it's like a lion character. But it plays very similar to Donkey Kong Country. It was a fun little demo. It's called Nico de Rico.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, the Kazan is not on trailer. Is not on here. What else? I have nothing else. We go into this movie if you look.
Yes, sir. Check out the IMDb, and this is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. This is 2021,
Yep,
PG-13, 2 hours and 12 minutes. Did you see this one
I did not. I
when
saw
it came out?
this. Nah, I saw this when it streamed.
Now, was this another streaming movie?
No, it did hit theaters. It's just I did not go see it. I waited
Okay.
till the stream.
Uh, uh, do they have the date for it?
September 3rd,
September 3rd. Okay.
2021.
All right. This one is directed by Destin Daniel Cretton. Does he have anything that we know?
I think he's on the new Spider-Man. He's gonna be director of the new Spider-Man.
Try
Oh
to
wow,
see.
he looks very familiar.
He's also going to direct, it says, the Wonder Man show TV series.
Yes. And what he is? No, I'm trying to see something I know that he directed. He did a show called American Born Chinese. Tokyo. Oh, it's that show Tokyo Vice on HBO. He did. That was actually a pretty good show. I know he's on for directing the new Spider-Man coming up, and I don't know nothing else.
Yeah, they have his things: Wonder Man, Spider Man, Naruto, and Untitled Shang-Chi sequel,
Yeah.
which I'm interested in. If he's directing Naruto, is it the movie?
Yeah.
It's the live
Live action.
action?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm less enthused. I mean, it could be good.
It could be good. It could
If
be
this
very
was
bad
good,
too.
if this was good, it could be good.
Yeah. Because we've seen bad anime movies.
This is true. So what is this one? We have who wrote it? Dave Callahan, Destin Daniel Cretton, and Andrew Lanham. Uh, we have the stars, Simalu as Sh- uh, Sean Shang-Chi. Tony Leung Chiu is Zhu Wenwu, excuse me. Aquafina as Katie. Ben Kingsley as Trevor Slattery. Ming Zhang as Xia Ling. Farah Chen as Li. Michelle Yeoh as Ying Nan. Hua Yuen as Master Guanbo. Florian Montagnol as Razor Fist. Andy Lay as Death Dealer. Paul W. Hay as Chancellor Hui. Jaden Zhang as Young Shang-Chi. Eddie Fong as Young Xiling. Arnold Sung as Teen Shang-Chi. Stephanie Su as Su. It's two O's, so you gotta say it like that.
Yeah.
Uh, Kondo Dudhecker as John. Sai Chin as Waipo. Jodie Long as Mrs. Chen. I remember her. That's about it. Right? Do we have anybody else? That's a
No.
major character.
No. And you see it. That Zachary Cherry dude, Clove. He was in the Spider-Man movie. He
That's
was
who.
he was on the bus. The
Oh,
one
that's
that
it.
says, "Hey, do a flip."
Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's.
Is he the new bus character? He's just always every time they're on the bus, they're gonna have him in it.
That and or he was just a random because in the other one he was a hot dog. He was selling hot dogs.
Oh, okay.
And here's
Oh, he
Spider
was
Man. Do a flip.
going to work.
Yeah. But I think he
Eh,
plays the same character in the appearances he makes.
No, no. So the Mark Ruffalo cameo is uncredited.
Yeah.
I don't. Where was he? Was it just the end?
Uh yeah, he was not they cut that scene out cuz even in the end scene it wasn't him. It was Wong. And they
Okay,
do karaoke and stuff like that. But originally Mark Ruffalo was supposed to be in it and then they just cut his character. They cut that out for the storyline.
I see. I see.
But
And we do have. Is it this?
Annihilation.
It's not this. It is Tim Roth as Abomination.
Yeah,
They
it's
don't
him.
credit him.
Yeah, he was in it, but again, you don't see his like actual face. He just does the voice for Annihilation,
Hmm.
which also ties into She-Hulk because they actually explain why he's there, why was he there and shit.
You mean on the She-Hulk show?
Yeah,
Uh, I wish I could watch that show.
it was funny. I enjoyed it.
I watched it 2 episodes, I think, and I was
Yeah,
like, oh, good. I'm good.
I
maybe
enjoyed. I thought it was silly.
maybe I should have stayed until Daredevil showed up,
Yeah,
but oh well.
I don't think it was bad. I thought it was funny. I thought it had a good sense of humor to it. And again, if you ever read a She-Hulk comic, especially in their early '90s, mid like early '90s comics, it was very similar to what the comic books were.
Okay, gotcha. Let's see. So this one, what is the synopsis? Shang-Chi, the master of weaponry-based kung fu, is forced to confront his past after being drawn into the Ten Rings organization. So in this version of the Marvel Universe, we had the misdirection,
Yes.
right? And he shows up.
Yes.
We have the fake Mandarin,
Yep. I like
and
the
you
fact that
find.
they put him back in this.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense. But you also, along with Shang-Chi's origins, you get more clarification that the father was the one who put him up to it.
Yeah.
To throw everybody off of the I guess of the actual Ten
Yeah.
Rings.
Yeah.
But he didn't realize that that acting as a terrorist would get him branded as a terrorist. So that's why he is where he is now.
Yes.
The only reason he's not dead is because he's good at acting. Um, I guess the father appreciates that. I don't know. It's pretty silly. Um, But Shang-Chi's character, you see that he was taught from a very young age to be an assassin, to kill the guy who killed his mother, to track down the guy who killed his mother. Um, why come the father didn't do it?
I don't
How come his father didn't just track the guy down and kill him? Was it
even
that?
feel like it.
I don't know. Um, but anyway, you have that, and then you go into his, I guess, current day at the time life, where he's a valet and he's with Aquafina, and they're both valets. And then they have, uh, you see like the friendship between them because he goes to visit their family. The grandmother hits on him, which is pretty funny. Um, and then you have the the little bit. Well, actually, there's not even really anything of his family because then you find that out when he gets the invitation to go to the Kumite.
Yeah.
I guess is what it's called. It has a name.
Yeah.
Um, but that's after these dudes show up and try to murder him on a bus, and then he busts out his ancient assassin kung fu that she didn't know nothing about. So she's bugging out, and then the dude you talking about is on his phone live streaming an assassination attempt on his life. So it's it's very interesting, this movie,
Yeah.
and it has a lot of humorous scenes, specifically with Aquafina. But like a lot of the other stuff, it doesn't just have her as the humor, because a lot of the, I guess he's not really billed as a funny character,
Yeah.
but he has a good sense of humor, and the stuff that happens is kind of funny. So like when him and the sister, when you find out the sister's alive and she's the one that is the head of the Kumite or whatever,
Yeah.
this like it basically just chaos ensues with them, and then you get the father's assassin show up, beat up his kids and round them up, and he's like, "All right, kids, now that you're here, I'm gonna show you my evil plan." And now we're gonna go take these rings and we're gonna bust out your mother because the father thinks that the mother is alive on the island where she came from.
Yeah.
I guess it is, but actually it's the voice of evil dragon
Yes.
that can sound like a woman, or well, it can basically what is it's not really like Sith lording. It's like suggestion
Yeah.
to what you seek is there for some reason. So whatever it is you want, you have to go to that island to get it if it starts talking to you. So that's pretty much the bare bones plot is he is Shang-Chi. His regular life has been disrupted because his crazy gangster father is hearing voices and has to go to a magical island to save his dead wife. So there you go.
There you go.
And secretly he blames the little boy. Secretly he blames his son for not protecting her. Secretly.
When he should be one protecting her.
I mean, if it wasn't for his dirt, she wouldn't have got hurt. That's
See,
all I'm
there you
saying.
go. There you go. Yeah, it was fun. Originally, the dragon was supposed to be Fing Fang Foom, but they just made it like a generic dragon.
Oh, it wasn't anything special. I thought it
Nah,
was.
originally it was supposed to be Fing Fang Foom. It was supposed to have like a whole thing with it, but they just kept it as a regular, just a red dragon and shit.
You couldn't have just called it that. It didn't have to look like him.
Right? I
He's a
wanted,
weirdo.
but I wanted the big ass head dragon.
Yeah, yeah. The big
um, but I
ugly
enjoyed the
man
movie.
face.
I enjoyed the movie. I think Aquafina was my least thing that I liked about the movie because she annoyed me after a while. Like her comedy skit was fine in the beginning, and then it got really annoying. Beyond that, I enjoyed the movie. I liked the fight scenes. I had issues with the last fight scene just because, again, when they start relying too much on CG, it kind of throws it off for me. But the practical stuff they did was a lot of fun.
I don't give it as much crap because the enemies were magic things,
Yeah,
so
that makes
you
sense.
can't just
Yeah, yeah, I got you.
do that.
Yeah,
Uh, no, I didn't mind Aquafina. Funny enough, I actually like her voice because she has a New Yorker voice.
Yeah.
Even though they're on the West Coast and they destroyed that expensive car with that bus. Like the set pieces and the action scenes in the movie were really good.
Yeah. I liked the bus scene a lot. I think that was probably one of the highlighted scenes. I think that's the one of the scenes that most like it showed in the most the trailers and stuff too.
Um, but just every time he had to fight, it was pretty cool. I like the inclusion of the cameo with what is it, Wong
Yep.
and Abomination.
Yes.
Uh, I think the sister's character was cool as well. The thing I don't know about a lot of this stuff is which characters are real, which characters are made up.
For the most part, Shang-Chi and his sister is real. The main character, the main villain, is a take of Mandarin in the Marvel universe, but they just didn't call him Mandarin because they actually did that character before. But he's a similar character to it. Um, Aquafina's character doesn't exist in the comics, but again, it was made it for the movie wise. But beyond that, like for the most part, like the main core characters, like Razor Fist and things like that, I think they all are characters in Shang-Chi.
Okay.
And they
Does
started
Razor
using that character
Fist
a lot more too.
does Razor Fist have any affiliation with Claw?
No,
'Cause that's the only thing I was thinking. I wonder if he knows Claw.
no, it's a whole different. It's a different side of characters, I guess. They haven't met,
Okay. All right. All right.
but yeah,
No, it was good. It was good.
we give it.
4.
All right,
Solid.
yeah,
And I think the sisters would be great as Chun-Li.
yeah,
Because I've seen her not with that specific haircut, and they show her like in the premieres and stuff.
yeah, yeah.
If that's really like if she's the one doing all the action scenes, that would be great for her to be like an actual age Chun-Li, not a
Yeah.
young girl Chun-Li, like
Yeah.
a grown woman Chun-Li. She could be Chun-Li.
All right. Your force consists of Guardians 2, Ghost Rider, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Incredible Hulk, Losers, V for Vendetta, Road to Petition, Hellboy, Atomic Blonde, Birds of Prey, The Joker, Thor, The Dark World, From Hell, Amazing Spider-Man, Kick-Ass 2, Red, Iron Man 2, Brightburn. That's your last four.
Um, Wait, what was the second? The second movie?
Ghost Rider,
And what's after Ghost Rider?
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Okay, you can put it in front of League.
All right. Shang-Chi. All right. I'm going for it too. I enjoyed it. It was a really good, fun movie. Beyond the characters, I didn't care for. I did enjoy the movie though. What are you doing there? Where's my list? So much fucking things. Where's my fours? I'll put it right behind Brightburn. God damn it, go. So yeah, I put it right behind Brightburn. Shang Chi. Alright, our next movie of this comic book theater is. Fuck. Venom Let There Be Carnage.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's Venom Let There Be Carnage, Eternals, and Spider Man No Way Home will wrap up 2021.
Okay. Jesus.
And then our 2022 start with The Batman, Mobius, Doctor Strange 2,
Oh, what? Ooh.
Super Pets, Thor the Love and Thunder, Black Adam, Wakanda Forever.
Man, that's rough.
Yep. We're getting there.
All right. We gotta make it past 2 real stinkers.
Oh, there's more. You still got Craven in there. You still got Madam Web in there.
Jesus. All right.
There's still some of those DC movies in there. I heard that Aquaman 2 was terrible.
Yeah, but I like the first one.
Yeah,
All right, I gotta see it. I have to see it to believe it.
yeah, I haven't watched it, so I can't really tell you if it was good or not. What else we got on here? What's wrong with this? Here it goes. What's the other ones? Shazam 2 I heard was bad. What else we have in
Okay.
here? That's not a good movie. Madam Web. The Crow was terrible. The remake. Venom 3 was pretty bad. Joker 2 was I heard was so bad. So yeah, there's still a lot of stinkers in there. A lot of stinkers in there, but we get there. Last but not least, again, we doing Biker Mice from Mars. We are actually hitting the 5th episode. So after that, next week we will spin the wheel for a new cartoon, and we got Venom. Let there be carnage. So we wrap this up. He's angry about that.
Yes, sir.
Damn it.
Yep. Thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets With Our Sweat podcast. Make sure you check us out anywhere and everywhere by Cyclone Inc.
Yep,
That is Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. That is YouTube. That is SoundCloud. That is Spotify. And we got a WordPress. Where you at, Mark?
Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitch, TikTok, and all Mark with the mic. Check out our other casts. We will have the Morphin cast put up today for Gozizer. And then we are working on Turtles 2012 Shell Shock. We're doing the first season. We're working on the Tales of Star Wars specials for Not a Trekkie, and we'll be back for Super Mega Force on Morphin Cast. So those are ones that we're planning on. Also, Gamer Rage Mass Effect that's coming. So stay tuned. And so follow all those: the Morphin Cast, Shell Shock, the Not a Trekkie, the Gamer Rage, and our weekly The Wrestling Battle podcast with guess right that's where that comes out every week. Um, follow those, like those, share. Spotify, can you give us a review? 5-star review, be great. Thank you, appreciate it. And get those reviews up and get more people sharing. So try our best. Peace out, laters, and always remember follow the Jinkies.
He's hungry.
Yep. Laters. Oh, last thing. Um, I watched this freaking show about the Power Rangers, the Dark Side of Power Rangers, whatever it's fucking called. It really pissed me off. I'll give you the title of it. Maybe if you want to check it out. It's on Max. It's kind of like the backstories of a lot of the shit that happened with the Red Ranger that stabbed his neighbor, his roommate and shit like that. It goes into it, but the way they kind of described the stories kind of really pissed me off, and there was a lot of things in it. But I'll give you the list of it so you can check it out.